body.
For parts to people from all strata significant. Rest in peace. They come. Your heart. Give them space. And for me, I always want to have a 50% discount for everybody. So people you must not meet. People who are envious of Kelly.
In the meantime, under State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says all hands must be on deck to ensure that the new year brings prosperity to the state and its people. The governor, during a state broadcast commemorating prosperity, would help the states to be more united in purpose with a renewed determination to further promote human and capital development. While describing the passing of former Governor Oluwariti Makeredolu as unfortunate, Aiyedatiwa said his name will be immortalized and his legacies sustained. He thanks people of the state for their support and craved prayers for the present administration.
my dear people of Ondo State.
It was the first public speech of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in the new year. The governor, who said the events of the past year will help the state to be more governor.
We will not only give our late former governor a befitting state burial, but we will also immortalize his name, just as we will strive to complete all the developmental projects he embarked upon as governor of Ondo State. His death was preceded by events that tested us in diverse ways, but those challenges have shaped our resolve to, more than ever before, bring our people together and pursue the attainment of a peaceful and prosperous Ondo State. It is time to put the past behind us and focus all our human and material resources into building on the foundation that this administration has so far laid.
Governor Aiyedatiwa said the 2024 budget, christened Budget of Economic Resilience, will promote overall development and welfare of the people of the state.
The budget, which will christened Budget of Economic Resilience, will instigate the development while we critically prioritize the present needs of the people and create the conditions for a desirable future with prudent use of our collective resources. This budget underscores our determination to put workers' welfare as top priority. We will also focus on human capital development, environmental sustainability, rural development, and completing ongoing infrastructural projects in our states.
Aiyedatiwa, who noted the importance of the new year to the political climate of the state, appealed to political players and residents to eschew violence as the state hosts the governorship election.
Let me implore all political parties, aspirants, and their followers to eschew violent conduct that can threaten the peace and tranquility of our state, and ensure that they follow strictly the guidelines issued by the electoral umpire. The election should be a contest of ideas, and choices, and not an opportunity to settle political scores or an excuse for calumny.
The governor expressed appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and leaders of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) at both the national and state levels for their support for the state.
I wish to also use this occasion to affirm my commitment to the people of Ondo State. I am persuaded that he who has brought us this far will faithfully help us throughout this new year. I am more optimistic about our future than I've ever been. I therefore call on you all to intensify prayers for the peace and prosperity of our dear state.
He also thanked workers in the state, royal fathers, religious leaders, security agencies, and the media for standing by the present administration. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Also, wife of Ondo State Governor Oluwaseun Aiyedatiwa has welcomed Babies of the Year at government hospitals in Akure, the state capital. Represented by Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adebumi Oshadaun, who led other officials on behalf of the state government, encouraged mothers to give proper care to their children for healthy living. Government House correspondent Omore Lagweji has details.
It is the usual norm in Ondo State as government visits government-owned medical facilities to celebrate babies of the year. First port of call was State Specialist Hospital, Okearo, Akure, where baby Oyenowo, a female born at exactly 12:33 a.m., weighing 3.2 kg, was presented as the first baby of the year, followed by baby Bello, a male born at 12:45 a.m., weighing 4 kg, and baby Agubike, a female, delivered at 5 a.m. with 3.4 kg. The officials also proceeded to Mother and Child Hospital, Arakale, where baby Ayuba, a female, was presented as first baby of the year in the hospital, delivered exactly 6:45 a.m., weighing 3 kg. Last baby of the year, baby Lukman, a male, born at exactly 9:42 p.m. on the 31st of December 2023, was also recognized.
This is the Christmas baby.
Two babies were presented as Christmas babies from the two facilities, baby Uloma and baby Oladipupo.
In fact, I was astonished. So I'm using this medium to appreciate the government of Ondo State. I pray forward ever and backward never in Jesus' name.
I feel blessed, I feel favored, and I thank the name of the Lord for all what the Lord has done in my life. I really appreciate the Ondo State government.
I'm very, very, very happy today. I can't believe this, though. I'm very, very happy.
I'm from Kaduna State, but I'm so happy right now. I didn't expect it. Wow. May God bless this state.
Amen. The governor's wife, Mrs. Oluwaseun Ayedatiwa, represented by Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adebumi Osadahun, acknowledged the perfect delivery and charged the new mothers of adequate care for the babies.
These children should be treated with care because they are special babies. It is my appeal to them that they should take good care, not even let them. Many will still be born today, and many must have been born elsewhere that we don't have the privilege to celebrate. It is my prayer that they use these new ones as point of contact to all other children in the house. Good care, because the future of any family is the child. And most importantly, we don't a healthy child.
Commissioner for Health, Dr. Banji Ajaka, who emphasized the compulsory 6 months exclusive breastfeeding to ensure good health for the children, declared that Ondo State government has zero tolerance for mortality rate.
Preventable diseases are the commonest cause of child mortality. So, malaria is the greatest cause of mortality both in children and in adults. So we are taking care of this. There's a program that's going to take care of this right from primary to secondary level to even tertiary level. So we are not leaving the program to the grassroots alone or to the secondary to cut across, all the tests in the state.
Permanent Secretary, Primary Healthcare Board, Dr. Francis Akombiemu, encouraged residents of Ondo State to make use of the facilities provided for their health benefits.
The plan is to ensure that they receive the best of care, ensure that we have enough resources and equipment to cater for newborn and their mothers. The plans have been concluded and the implementation starts immediately.
Primary Healthcare Agency also presented gift items to the entourage for the visits. Omoniola Mbiji, Osrc News.
In the same vein, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on parents to ensure their newborns are exclusively breastfed and given routine immunization to protect them from early childhood diseases. She made the call at the National Hospital where she welcomed the first baby born in the new year at the Federal Capital Territory, Bolutife Johnson. Joined by wife of the Vice President Nana Shetima and the Minister of Women Affairs Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, she advised nursing mothers to take adequate care of their babies, ensure that they are immunized as and when due, practice exclusive breastfeeding to provide them with adequate nutritious and healthy weaning food for proper brain development. She congratulated parents of the first baby of the year, all other babies born in the Federal Capital Territory, and appreciated healthcare professionals volunteers and individuals who work tirelessly to ensure the well-being of the mothers and children. The president of Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Archbishop Daniel Oko, has urged Nigerians to work together and remain resolute in their efforts to build a united, peaceful and prosperous nation. He said that it is in Nigerians' togetherness that they find the strength to withstand trials that beset them. In his New Year message in Abuja, Oko implored Nigerians to embrace the country's diversity and allow it to be the bedrock upon which a stronger and more harmonious country is built. The current president, however, added that the association was shocked to find that as the year ended, enemies of progress sought to cast a shadow over the joy of Nigerians with acts of extreme violence in some communities in the plateau. Archbishop Oko urged prayers for lost souls and for the bereaved families. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) says the federal government has not demonstrated sufficient commitment towards complying with its agreements with its members. NLC lamented that the 35,000 naira wage award has not been faithfully implemented, just as the Port Harcourt refinery has not come on stream as projected, adding that the National Minimum Wage Negotiation Council has not been inaugurated as agreed. NLC President George Jerry said the compressed natural gas scheme has been distorted by agents of government for the benefit of the few. He urged the federal government to show more compassion in its dealings with Nigerians and Nigerian workers, especially in the face of the excruciating poverty which its policies have foisted on helpless Nigerians. He described the year 2023 as a turbulent year, both for workers and Nigerian people, as the negative economic policies of the government begin to bite harder on poor Nigerians, as predicted. For the 2024 New Year, persistent security challenges in the state, CAF has vowed to intensify efforts of establishing Taraba as a safe haven for all residents. He called for support irrespective of religion, political affiliations, or tribal differences, urging citizens to foster unity, embrace progress, and work hand in hand for the betterment. In Nasarawa State, Governor Abdullahi Sile has granted notice in the state. The State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Labaram Magaji said the action of the governor was in the exercise of the powers conferred on him in the Constitution. Magaji explained that Governor Sule had carried out the function based on the enabling powers conferred on him and in due consultation with the State Advisory Council on the prerogative of mercy. He called on the inmates to be law-abiding and desist from any crime that could bring them back to the correctional centers. We'll now take you to Israel, where the Supreme Court has struck down a controversial judicial reform that triggered nationwide protests last year against the Netanyahu government. Institutional critics say it would have severely undermined the country's democracy by weakening the judicial system. The Supreme Court's decision to overturn the law passed by the government in 2023 follows months of internal turmoil. The law caused widespread anger and division, prompting hundreds of thousands of protesters to take to the streets, calling for the reforms to be scrapped and for the resignation of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Meanwhile, Israel says its troops has killed dozens of militants in the north of the Gaza Strip in the past day, while its aircraft and tanks stepped up strikes in the south of the Palestinian enclave. Residents said heavy fighting was also raging in central areas, citing shelling by Israeli tanks of parts of the Al-Burj refugee camp. The actions took place after Israel announced plans to pull back some troops, signaling a new phase in the nearly three-month-long war against Hamas amid global concerns over the plight of Gaza residents. Adironke Kolawole has detailed.
Israel is withdrawing some of its forces from Gaza to shift to more targeted operations against Hamas, according to an official. The soldiers were seen repairing equipment at a base near the Gaza border. A base commander said they would return to the enclave soon. The shift to mopping up operation signals a new phase in Israel's offensive and is expected to last for months. Some of the troops pulled out of Gaza would be prepared for rotation to the northern border with Lebanon, the official said. The reduction would also allow some reservists to return to the civilian life, shoring up Israel's war-battered economy. The U.S. Navy announced the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier has returned to its home port in Virginia after being deployed to the eastern Mediterranean following the outbreak of hostilities. The war in Gaza had reduced much of the territory to rubble and plunged its 2.3 million people into a humanitarian disaster. Palestinians' Health Authority says around 22,000 people have been killed. The shot on Italy followed the surprise Hamas attack on Israel on October 7, in which Israel said 1,200 people were killed, 240 taken hostage. Israel Defense Minister said some of the Israeli communities north of the Gaza Strip that were evacuated will be able to return in the near future. At this Palestinian tent camp in Rafah on New Year Eve, children played in the sand while they focused on the survivor. This 11-year-old girl said her wish for 2024 was not to die. There is no bedroom, no food, no water. Her childhood is gone, she said. Nearby at the Rafah Zoo, displaced people camped out between cages, holding starving animals. Some of the families sheltering here say they cannot afford food themselves. Aderunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
Thailand and China will permanently waive visa requirements for each other's citizens from March. Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin said Thailand waived visas for Chinese nationals in September in a bid to boost tourist arrivals. The program saw strong response at a time Thailand was starting to lose its appeal for Chinese travelers. More than 22,000 Chinese entered in the Southeast Asian nation in the first 2 days of the waiver. This is less than half the nearly 11 million Chinese tourists who went there in 2019, but would still mean a marked improvement from 2022 when it received just 270,000 of them. Russian missiles have hit Ukraine's biggest cities, leaving 4 dead and dozens hurt after Vladimir Putin vowed to intensify attacks. A woman was killed and 41 others were hurt in the northern eastern city of Kyiv. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said at least 1 person died and 16 people were injured when debris from a downed missile hit a block of flats. 2 more deaths were reported in the broader Kyiv region. Russia launched its biggest aerial bombardment of the war late last week, killing 39 people. A Japan Airlines plane is in flames as it landed on a runway at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. There are reports of flames coming out of the windows of the aircraft and beneath it. The runway was also set alight. Firefighters' other efforts have been called to the rescue. Before we end World at Noon today, let's take a look at various New Year's fireworks from around the world as countries ushered in 2024. Have a great day.
Sa Happy New Year! Happy New Year!